How are you guys overcoming these objections at a high level? This is probably one of the most important pieces of this call.
Say for me, when a lot of times when it's price driven, I try to ask them if it's not a renewal or whatever it may be, depending on how they call, what I called for, or if they call me. I'm asking. So the price that you have now, that may be what you pay. What is your renewal price, right? So a lot of times it's more. A lot of times they don't even, they might be calling for XYZ and then they're getting a renewal and it's even higher. So that helps. And then I compare it to, even if it's a company that might be equal to us, I make it seem like they're buying a Cadillac. I mean, it's what we have here is we do things differently, right? I mean, we cater to your every, I like to say it's a buffet and you get to pick and choose what you want. And then at the end, you're not going to put that food back. So, I mean, I kind of make it to where it's theirs and, you made it this and this is the price. And a lot of times it works pretty well for me.
If you do it right from the beginning, like all the way from building rapport to explaining doing the leading with liability talk path, and you do all of that right, then you're not going to get the price objection. I would say that cuts it in half the amount of times you'll get the price objection. And if you do get it, you're like, yeah, but remember, you only have 50,000. So if you cause an accident where there's 300,000 in bodily injury, are you going to pay for that? Do you have the money to pay for that? So, I mean, it's just kind of, if you do everything right from the building rapport and the leading with liability talk path and doing all that correctly, you may get the price objection once, and then it's very easily addressed and overcome, and then you move on.
Yeah, that was good actually, Amy. Always break it down by day. I think that's been a pretty good one I've used a couple of times. Because we're selling more coverage, so you just gotta kind of minimize it in their head. Like, listen, don't look at it bigger. This is literally only $3 a day more than what you're paying.
Yeah.
And then you go back to your story, whatever story you use. Say, listen, I would hate to have you in that lady's position where you cause damage, and instead of saving pennies here, let's save you thousands of dollars in a fortunate event. So you just really got to believe in the process, go through it every way possible, and stay strong.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, you have to believe in the process. You can't back down. Back down. I mean, you can end up pulling levers and things like that if the price does end up becoming a big objection, but you have to have a stopping point. If you say, oh yeah, you know what, you're right, let's put you at 25.50, then everything that you said beforehand means nothing.
Right.
So you have to have a stopping point. You're like, okay, so me personally, the lowest I'm going to go is 100,000, and it's 5 times what you had before. So this is what the price is. It is what it is. I can't do anything about it at this point. This is what you're going to have to pay to have that better coverage. And
yeah,
I mean,
I've noticed too that they would rather pay. A lot of customers would rather have their homeowners be a little more than their autos, because if they're in mortgagee pays. I know it doesn't make sense, saying it, but they don't. If their autos, say I had this happen a lot, I'd be saving somebody $300-400 on their home, right? But I'm higher $100 on the auto. They don't see that as a fair trade-off, because well, my auto is coming out monthly. I'm seeing that difference, even though they still are seeing that difference on their home as well. That was one of my main, or not one of my main obstacles, but that does come up a lot where it's, I guess, tangible. They don't see it where they're saving on their home, because they, they're this discount, right? So I kind of have to break that down. Like Andre said, I use the daily thing as well. This is $5 extra, or whatever, whatever it may be. That helps people out a lot too. Explanation is key, in my opinion.
And you have to give them a reason to pay more.
Phone call, but I explain them. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
If you built the value, and if you made them see how it's going to protect them if something did happen, then you shouldn't have much of a price objection. And you can always raise deductibles. It's going to cost you a lot more if you hurt somebody than it will be to pay a little bit more to get your car repaired.
That's right.
Yeah.
Another
exactly.
way to kind of overcome the price objections, we do a lot of home mailers. That's what we're doing right now. And you know, it has a price on there and it's like way lower
Oh,
than
yeah.
what it's going to be. And just to, you know, address that up front, you know, hey, listen, that may not be 100% accurate, but I've been hugely successful. So let's get into this. Like, what's your address? And, you know, just kind of addressing that right off the bat.
Setting the
We
expectation.
at our
that
office we have talk paths just for that.
Mm-hmm.